Hi, I'm Joey Elliott with Abracadabra NYC, teaching you guys how to create a bruise with alcohol and cream paints. To start you off, you want to start tearing a non-latex sponge bit by bit. You want to make it nasty, not perfect at all. This does not have to be pretty looking. You want it to look like broken blood vessels or something close to an organic or unnatural texture as close as you can. Pretend like your fingers are a little red and you're just nibbling at a piece of cheese. But it's too much cheese, so you stop halfway. This is your wedge of cheese. Second, you want to think about where this bruise is going. Bruises differ depending on the type of body part that they're on. If it's on a bone, a lot of the blood is going to be centralized in that impact point. Say you bruised a muscle. The center point is going to be a lot lighter than the surrounding areas because the impact point kind of results in the broken blood vessel of the surrounding nature around the perimeter, basically. To start off, you want to spray your alcohol-activated paints with 99% alcohol. It can only be 99%. It won't really work as a paint if you use anything lesser than 99. Starting with your lightest color, or depending on how aged the bruise is, I like to start with a yellow. Very light, very translucent, just to kind of look like some light bruising or discoloration of the skin. Then I go in with a very, very small amount of green. You don't want to go too crazy with the green, kind of just in those areas where the yellow is most prominent. This will show more of that aged nature of the bruise. If it's a fresh bruise, you won't have much of that yellow or green color. This is kind of just to show that the bruise is going away and your skin is returning back to its natural pigmentation. To start coloring the actual bruise, you want to go in with a neutral red color, very diluted with the alcohol. You just want it to look irritated and a bit pink, not necessarily red. Start building up the red color where your impact is most significant on the skin, but you still don't want to go too much. You don't want to make it a primary red. You just want it to look like some slight broken blood vessels. Now the most important part, bruise purple. This is going to be your main impact point, and this is where most of the damage has occurred. Still, same idea as the red. Start very lightly. You want to go in as diluted as possible with this purple, kind of over those red points, maybe a little bit more towards the center, or if it's on a muscle, towards the outer perimeter. After that, this is when you want to start making it look pigmented. Everything that I said about the red, completely disregard. You want it to look as pigmented as you can with this purple color. This is going to be your main breakage points. Say that the impact source was a lot stronger than anticipated. You're going to go darker. Start going in with a darker purple color opposed to that bruise purple, and then maybe even add some blues in there just to show vein breakage or any sort of significant blood clotting under the skin. Afterwards, if you'd like, you can spray a broken up sponge with some of that alcohol and then very slowly start to tap at it just to blend in those colors and make it look a bit more seamless. And then you're done. No need to set, no need to powder. Alcohol activated paints are already water resistant out of the pan. As long as you use some sort of activator or a 99% alcohol, they are sweat proof, transfer proof. You're ready to go out and start your day. To do bruises with cream, you want to follow all of these rules, except there's no activation necessary. No alcohol, no water. With creams, you are just able to dip straight into the pot, onto the skin, and once your bruise is done, you just want to set that with some powder, maybe even some setting spray, and you're ready to go. For Abracadabra NYC, I'm Joey Elliott reminding you to look both ways before crossing the street. Bye.